Are we live?
Yep. Safe Point Podcast, episode 6, post E3 week. So we got a lot to go over in this episode. Before we get into it, as always, let the people know what you guys been playing since the last episode. I'll start with you, Ghost.
I've been playing the Octopath Traveler demo, the new one, which is like 3 hours. I haven't finished it all up yet, but we were just talking about this yesterday on Guy Gamer's stream. I started the Amazon chick or whatever because I'd already played Primrose and I think it was Ethereon or something, like a sword user or whatever. I was wrong about the ability to just use animals or whatever, because once you leave the town, you can use like bows and arrows. They give you like that and an axe and everything. So far that's been pretty fun.
I really liked her path. That was so fun.
Mm-hmm. And what kind of hairstyle does she have, Nico?
That fishtail.
Okay.
Wow, Ghost, I must applaud you. I'm surprised. Like, no spoilers.
Oh, no, there was this one.
Not yet.
Yeah, right. How about you, Gambino?
I was playing the Octopath demo too. Playing some Sushi Strikers. I'm really going heavy on that. The game is so much fun. Everybody, I encourage you to just please buy that game. Support it. It's a Nintendo first party. And I was playing some Devil May Cry, actually. I saw the DMC5 trailer, and I thought, it kind of looked kind of cool. So let me go and give this series another chance.
Oh, this is your first time jumping in?
Yeah, I played a little bit of DMC2 before, but I wasn't really feeling it. But I guess that's the worst one.
Yeah, DMC2 is pretty bad.
But I'm enjoying the first one so far.
Yes, it was like that game was supposed to be like a Resident Evil thing back in the day, but they just messed up with some physics and just made it into Devil May Cry. So if you're into like the old school Resident Evil, you probably like that older Devil May Cry stuff.
That actually explains all the locked doors and stuff.
Yeah.
It actually gave me a lot of Resident Evil vibes. So.
Wait, they were going to turn it into a hack and slasher?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, no. It wasn't going to be a hack and slasher, but they found out that you could juggle, like they accidentally made it so you could juggle enemies in the air. So they just made it into a new IP with Devil May Cry.
And I think Chaos Legion came from Devil May Cry too. A little bit of that in some.
Probably. I don't know. I know it's Capcom. I don't know if it has anything to do with it though. Hero, what have you been playing since the last time?
Hero.
All right, Zoe.
I've been playing the Octopath demo. I went back and redid the same thing. What was her name, fellas?
Primrose.
And like I said, I think that's going to be the game of the year. I know God of War is going to win it, which
Red Dead
pains my soul. Red Dead Redemption, that doesn't get delayed. But that demo alone was super, super fun. Sushi Strikers, like Gambino said, is amazing. I love it. I got to put a little bit more hours into it, but right now I'm addicted to Fortnite on the Switch. I'm very addicted to Fortnite. I'm also still addicted to Pokemon Quest. I'm still playing that bad boy heavy. But all in all, I'm having a great summer with my mother flipping Switch, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I think somebody said my name.
Yeah.
My thing was burned out, but it was Pokemon Quest. I've been playing Pokemon Quest. That's a really good game. At first, I didn't like it because I don't know. It probably started out slow, so I didn't really like get the hang of everything. But now I'm getting it, and there's a bunch of things that pretty much just like open up after you've been playing for a little bit. So I've been playing that. I played a little bit of Street Fighter Ranked the other day. That's still fun. And then the and then the Octopath Traveler demo. That is a really good game. Therion. That's the thief guy. I like his steal ability because he can like just pickpocket people when they're not looking, and then there's like certain chances for certain items you can get, and I thought that was really cool. But that's pretty much it.
Guy Gamer, didn't you say you started that story, the thief one?
Yeah. But go ahead.
I was just wondering. Like,
you're talking already. Might as well. What you been playing, Guy Gamer?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think everybody has. Anybody in here not played the Octopath Traveler demo?
I'm just waiting for the full game. I played the original demo though.
That's right. Blander's a spoiler guy, not spoiler guy. So, I started with Theoren too. I do actually like his skill set and abilities. And I didn't try any of the other characters yet in the new demo because you can they added that where you can buy skills with skill points, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's got like a double slash that can heal like half of the last hit back to himself. So when you charge that up and then use that, you can kind of vampire off your enemies, which was pretty cool. But I was hoping his story would be a little more interesting. It kind of got a little more cookie cutter than I thought it would be, but I'm not going to go into anything.
Was that the Sasuke character you were telling me about?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you actually use up all your time on that, or are you still playing it?
Yeah, no, I'm about an hour and 30 in, I think. I started actually grinding around with him. There's a level 20 cave or something, and my corgi's about to turn up, but so you get a little bit barking. I'm sorry about that.
Play with the girl. Was her story good? Or
the hunter?
Oh, are you talking about Haggett or something like that?
The one that you guys played. The one that you guys played.
Oh, so far her story is pretty decent. You know, it's not popping off as fast as the other two that I played in the previous demo, but it seems like it'll go interesting places. So
I think it's gonna get really good. It might be one of the best ones.
Yeah, the Huntress, right?
Yeah.
I played with her. I played with Octopath a little bit. I'm trying to savor it, 30-minute bites and everything. And I'm also playing Hollow Knight. It's a very good game. You should guys check it out. It's $15, and you kind of get lost a little bit because they said it's like very open world or not open world, but like
Super Metroid.
Metroidvania.
It don't tell you where to go, so I was kind of lost a little bit, but I just stuck in there. Yeah, then and it gets pretty fun. So
has a lot of deep exploration.
Yeah. So another thing I was going to ask, if people that are in the comment section or whatever played it, or can you make new save files and keep playing the demo like with the 3 hours, or
No,
I haven't experienced with it?
Yeah, I don't think. I just think it's overall.
I heard you can.
I think it carries over into your new game when you actually buy the full game.
Right, it does. I'm just curious if you can make a new save, play 3 hours, and then try each character and like kind of grind out, or or if you delete your character, or even like let's say make a new profile, right?
Yeah, you can. I seen it on Reddit. They was doing that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that though because I didn't want to spoil every character for me. So I just
I
spent my 3 hours and I was done.
Yeah, I was trying to debate how to spend my time because of that, and I don't want to like get a little bit of each character and then kind of forget the story and then want to replay it anyway when the game comes out. So.
Yeah, that's one thing that was bothering me.
Can you even jump from characters to characters like that in the main game, or are you just one at a time?
I think you're going to be able to, because if you look at the map though, we don't know yet, but if you look at the map and you can status each town once you start playing, it has what chapter each character's on. So it'll say that character's on chapter 1. So the fact that it shows that, I got a feeling it's going to be like one of those games where you get to like chapter 3 and it tells you to pick your next character. And then once every character gets to chapter 3, they join up. It'll probably be something like that. That's what I think. But
how did you like the game so far, Guy Gamer?
Oh, I love it. This is like what I've been kind of wanting to get back to with RPGs. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like to me, this is each battle's fun. It's kind of engaging, right? And like the effects, sound, all that stuff, and even the story has very dark undertones, to quote Ghost. So
I was gonna say one thing I really do like about Octopath Traveler right off the bat is that all the stories kind of just start off with a bang. Like you get the gist of what's going on, and then you're immediately going to a place you're getting into the meat of the story right away, which there's not a lot of time wasted on like story building and all this other BS that's not really necessary, I don't think.
I think it's going to be amazing, man. I think it's going to be a dope game.
And let me just say that battle theme is flames, my dude. Shit is so good.
To quote Blandrew, it slaps. But I would say, just to wrap up my what I'm playing right now, I've been playing Vampire still. I actually beat Moonlighter, and then I've been playing Neo on the PC since it was on sale. I figured I'd grab it.
Nico, how's that Moonlighter review going?
Oh man,
it's going good, man. It's coming out in 2 days. Catch me Thursday.
Okay.
All right, shout out to Sly for making that review. By the way, I've been playing what's the Ghost of Tsushima? Sushi Strikers. I've been playing that a lot recently. It's a really good game,
It's great.
Yeah. I wasn't like I don't know. It's like it has that like addicting charm to it. The whole monster collecting and trying to get as many plates as possible and flinging them back. I really like that game. I just need some of you guys to get further in the story so we can play multiplayer. But since we're on Sushi Strikers, trying to get as many plates. Who is that? Since we're on Sushi Strikers, how do you guys determine whether a game is worth the price? Because I see a lot of people saying that Sushi Strikers is way too much for the type of game it is.
Whether or not it looks boring to me or not, or whether or not I feel like I'm going to spend a lot of hours in it.
Well, from an outside, from a person that doesn't have the game, like I would ask, what would you compare it to? Like, say, what's a game that you would compare it to?
But just other like puzzle games like Puyo Puyo Tetris and things like that.
But I mean, is there like, can you walk around a map and like engage in stuff like a regular RPG, but it's just puzzle gameplay, or like how does it flow?
It's on the board.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think
you tripped over each other. Sorry, can one of you repeat that?
All right, Blanchard.
It's basically like on a grid, like how you have like those dots on the grid. It's like a puzzle game, like a board game. You just follow and you go to each little circle on the map. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
All right, can I talk about Sushi Tigers real quick?
Yeah.
I didn't know the price was a problem until y'all told me. $50.
I didn't think it was either. I thought it was fine.
Yeah, I didn't know until y'all said something, and then also all of a sudden I started counting my money. Like, wait a minute, is $50 too much now? But then I started to think, like, why was Sushi Strikers not unacceptable to according to the Joy-Cons, but Vita ports to the PlayStation 4 are okay with it. Nobody ever complained about that.
Digimon Cyber Sleuth.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like when it was on the PS4, it was $60, and it was like Final Fantasy. No, I think that was half price actually.
Type 0, the old
Zero.
PSP game.
Oh my god! Well, that they do it Final Fantasy 15, and they're like, "Here you go, enjoy," and it was like, "What?" You know what I'm saying? Like, but anyway, I don't understand how. For years, the Vita PS4 ports were fine, but Sushi Strikers was unacceptable.
Yeah, but well, let me ask you this: how much is the season pass and all the alternate costumes?
I don't think it has a season.
What? It doesn't have a $200 worth of DLC like Persona Dance?
Oh, that's a low blow, damn.
I don't think it does. It have anything like that or no?
No, there's no DLC at all.
Okay, no. It's just a full-fledged game, you know.
Yeah.
But
I think a lot of people are hurting themselves because they're comparing it to like a mobile game or something, and this is way more quality than a mobile game. I don't know where people are getting that from. Mm-hmm. It has the content to back it up too. Like there's so much shit you can do, and 100 of sushi sprites you can collect, and all these areas. Like the game is pretty big.
Yeah.
If you want it for cheaper, just buy it on the 3DS for $40.
What did the fake news gaming media rate it?
It actually did pretty decent. It got like a 76 on Metacritic or something.
Okay.
Did they complain about the price though? I'm wondering where the narrative came from.
I'm not sure. But I don't think the price was too bad for it. Like that's a game you're going to put hours upon hours into. Like Puyo Puyo Tetris, I probably have like over 50 hours, and that's more than most games. Like not to keep dragging on it, but like God of War or something that I would put more time into. You know?
Well, Blandrew, you said a while back that you didn't think Kirby was like worth $60. So like,
yeah, that's because it didn't really offer much that the 3DS games really had. Like the 3DS games were $40, and it felt like they didn't really add much worth warranting an extra $20 for Kirby Star Allies.
Yeah, I was just wondering where you kind of draw. I was just kind of wondering like where you draw the line as far as like what's worth the price and what's not. So that's all.
Yeah, all you guys heard that. So somebody clipped out of Blandrew saying that about Kirby. That's all.
Black Kirby.
So nobody else has anything to say on this? You guys just whatever looks good, you're willing to pay for it?
Yeah. No, I'm just. I mean, these are. I don't think these games would cater to the masses. It's only going to cater to a very small few of people who are stuck in that. Maybe everybody ever seen The Matrix? It was a small few of people that was just in there eating slop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? I think it's only catered to a small I don't think Hero bought it. I don't think Ghost bought it. Guy Gamer. It's only going to cater to the people who really love the kookiness and quirkiness of original creative IPs. And I think Sushi Tigers is it. And I'm not taking shots. I'm just saying this is just reality. You know what I mean?
Look, I saw that game. I know that that's not my type of thing, just based off my taste. I mean, I could be wrong, but I will say, you people get these free-to-play games and drop $100 on it. They're the same people that are complaining about the price on it. So
I'm telling you,
Yeah, and I was actually gonna buy it. I just forgot about it after like the first day, so I was like, let me not worry about it.
Cool. No, if you
I don't know, I might.
I'm not trying to take shots. I'm just saying it's only going to cater to a small market of people.
Yeah,
and people are just making excuses to not buy it.
Yeah. Like Final Fantasy would have a broader appeal, but that same team did Final Fantasy Theater Rhythm, which should have like a very closed audience that it would cater to.
Oh yeah, you said they made that game, right? Sushi Strikers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, I can see. Yeah.
That Final Fantasy Rhythm game, is that like the 3DS title?
It's one of the best Final Fantasy games. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's amazing.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I was like, whoa, slow down on about best Final Fantasy games. But
I said one of the best.
I liked it.
Not one of the best, but it's good.
One of the best in recent years for that.
It's better than 10. So that's all I need.
But recent years now.
10 is terrible. I'm sorry.
They even have Xenogears DLC.
How dare you?
Definitely up there.
Actually, is that a game that has like $100 in DLC and it's $40? But I mean, I liked it, so I'm not gonna drag it. But
Final Fantasy
anyway.
Stop.
All right. Little announcement that we got today from Sony. PlayStation Hits, finally bringing greatest hits to the PlayStation 4 under a title called PlayStation Hits. That's pretty much all it is. The first games that were announced so far is Battlefield 4, Uncharted 4, Street Fighter 5, Bloodborne, Doom, Yakuza 0, which is actually, well, I guess it's expected, Metal Gear Solid 5, and Ratchet and Clank, all for the low price of $20. Thoughts?
Those games are like $10.
Yeah, that's
those are $10 games, and now they boosted it back up.
20's still a deal though. It's still a deal, man.
Yeah,
no, 10 is better. No, 10 is a deal. 20 ain't no damn deal.
They're ripping you off for $20.
I could have sworn Ratchet and Clank and Bloodborne were at least $10 at one point.
Yeah,
Bloodborne was free for PlayStation Plus.
Wait, is this Wait, you said all together? I'm just making.
No, separate release.
Oh hell no! What the fuck? That's not a deal.
Back in the day, we used to have greatest hits. Like the game sold million, you would on the PlayStation 1, they would put that giant green sticker on there and resell it. Now that was a great way to buy games that you might have missed. And it was like, oh cool, $20 and go pick up Xenogears or something, but now today's generation, who the fuck want to go back and play those games? And I'm pretty sure everything that's on the greatest hits, everybody's already played because they've been looking for something to play on that piece of crap console.
That's all they had at the beginning.
Yeah, it's not a plethora of games being shoveled on there. It's all trash. But those $20 games, they can keep them. Sony can put it where the sun don't shine. I'm not buying that garbage.
I do think Yakuza 0 is like the only one that's actually a good price for that thing, but everything else I think was lower than $10 at one point.
Yakuza 0's been on sale plenty of times too, though. But it is what it is. How many of those are first party or Sony exclusives?
Let's count. We have Uncharted 4, Bloodborne, and Ratchet and Clank. So 3 out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So they're finally bringing back the greatest hits logos.
I hope they keep adding to the list. That'll be nice though.
Took them a while to bring in the hits because they didn't have any, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at those greatest hits lists, and I'm like, these are greatest hits. And I guess Bloodborne and Yakuza, but besides that,
you're botting really bad.
You're botting out, bro.
Yeah, we can. It's like you're underwater.
All right.
But I can tell you, I know what Sony's doing here. You can tell what Sony's doing.
Yeah,
what they're doing.
It's so long into the generation, they've run out of games to fucking remaster. So now they're coming out with greatest hits. That's what's going on here. So
let me ask you guys this. I raised this question on Twitter, but does greatest hits box art bother anybody here?
No, actually.
I like it.
That's
I think
always
it
been
looks
like
like garbage.
I know a lot of people hate like the red boxes and everything, but I always thought they were like it was like a unique box to me.
Yeah, special,
Yeah.
unique.
I was like, yeah, okay. You
For
know.
the people that haven't seen the PlayStation 4 PlayStation Hits box art, it's basically like Spider-Man Red, and the spines on the box art are all red too.
Yeah.
So instead of just being the blue case with its own unique, design, or white, whatever it will be, it's just all red on the spine. Nobody cares.
And then the bottom of it is still blue, right? Like
No, just the logo on the top. It looks like the entire box is
the
red.
games trash or they get better.
I'm sure it's still the same. I don't even know if they have all the DLC. Or if those,
shit.
May I remind everybody that Street Fighter V was like $15 like 3
Yeah,
weeks
I got that game for like $10.
I was going to say, yes, you may, Ghost.
I'm swear to God, I got it for $10.
And it's the regular Street Fighter V too.
Well,
it was downloaded, but it wasn't in a box. I guess.
I haven't seen the boxes personally, but if they're not ugly or like a mark of shame like the PS1 ones, when you had that green gaudy greatest hits, it was like a mark of shame to have a JRPG with that on it.
yeah, like you're getting the budget version.
Yeah. But this takes me back now. What were the greatest hits on PS2? Did they have any greatest hits?
It was red.
It was, yeah.
I mean the games.
Oh,
Budokai Tenkaichi 2, 3, I think.
I have one
Jack
for
and
Splinter
Daxter.
Cell.
I think Kingdom Hearts eventually became a greatest hits. Sly 2, a bunch of them.
I think all the God of Wars did eventually.
Yeah.
I don't remember any greatest. I remember the PlayStation 1 greatest hits, but not the PS2.
Even Star Wars Battlefront was a greatest hit as well.
Yeah, I think most EA stuff. Like I have a Fight Night Round 3 greatest hits too.
I have a Sly Cooper that's red. So.
You better. All right. So if you've been living under a rock recently, E3 just happened this past week, and starting off E3 on Saturday was EA. And the announcements we got from their press conference was Anthem releasing on February 22nd of next year. Madden 19 is coming to PC, which I guess is a big deal, Guy Gamer.
Oh shit.
I don't run in the sports circles. I couldn't tell you.
Oh yeah, you're not the resident sports guy. That's Ghost. Battlefield 5 Battle Royale, Jedi Fallen Order by Respawn, Star Wars Battlefront 2 Clone Wars DLC or something, and Unravel 2 for everything but the Switch. I gotta be honest. We saw this conference together, and I barely remember anything here except for like Unravel.
The only
did a conference.
The only thing that would have made that a good conference is if they fucked up and like made another Battlefront 3 or something. That would have been hilarious. But
No, what did they announce for Battlefront 2? Wasn't it like something nobody asked for at all?
Yeah, it was Clone Wars. I think
Yeah.
you went on a rant about it.
The worst Star Wars movie out besides the new ones. And they
Like-
decided to make DLC for it.
if they at least did something bad, then it would have at least been memorable in that way. But I barely remember anything that happened from that.
Yeah.
The most memorable part for me was when she was asking the one guy about, I don't know if it was Anthem or which game. No, it was the Star Wars game, and that guy's face, like right behind the mic. It was like people made some memes out of it, but that was like the most memorable thing to me because it was so ridiculous and just odd. Was there the conference one with the soccer game too, where nobody applauded?
Yeah, and they had like Lil Yachty or something afterwards. I think. Yeah.
They announced a date and they just stood up there like idiots and nobody applauded.
The thing that triggers me the most is IGN posted that Anthem was their #1 game of E3. That's so
Yeah.
That was crazy.
And it's like people still don't see the corruption in the gaming media. You know what I mean? This is bull crap. Nobody remembers Anthem. How the hell is IGN going to tell me that was the game of the show?
Anthem was the one with the giant mechs or something,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
It was,
I-
it was-
It
we've
flew
already-
around for like 20 minutes.
We've already seen before years. People, I've seen that in Xenoblade 2. No, excuse me, Xenoblade X, but that wasn't worthy because it was on Nintendo.
It's funny that the first time we saw that, if I recall, like we were all saying it looked like Xenoblade X.
Yeah, but according to IGN, That's a 7.2, but this is the greatest thing they've ever seen in the 2008 E3.
Yeah, and from what I'm hearing, Anthem is an online-only game.
Yeah,
yes.
that's flown with Max, and then they go and the first thing they ask about is the fucking relationships. Can you have a relationship? Can they be gay?
Yeah.
Can they do this? It's like, are you kidding me? That's because it's a BioWare game, and everybody in the BioWare fan base seems to have this weird thing with, oh, can I hook up with other people in the game and do this or that and stick things where the sun don't shine? It's like that's the first thing you ask the developers about. Like I'm tired of all that. Like. Just sort of social crap in them, but
those
whatever.
people won't even buy the goddamn game.
But as BioWare fans, I know like you and Zobi hyped them to the moon. How do you feel about this game?
No, I like the old BioWare developers. They left a long time ago.
Okay, well this is the main BioWare team, not the Andromeda team. So a lot of people were expecting more with Anthem.
Honestly, I would rate Andromeda was better to me than Mass Effect 2, not 3, but. Yeah, I haven't been big on BioWare since Mass Effect 1,
Mass Effect 1 was lit.
Yeah, Dragon Age 1 as well on last generation.
Yeah, respectfully, I tried Mass Effect. I couldn't really get into it. I tried 1, a little bit of 2, and 3 on the Wii U. I just couldn't do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and in Xenoblade Chronicles X, the mechs are transforming into cars mid battle. That was bull. This is bull crap, man. Forget this. But we're flying around and nothing's happening, and that's game of the show.
Yeah.
There's actually some really interesting shit with Xenoblade X because you could customize your mech to have certain abilities and all types of shit.
They told me I was listening to Aki and Shadow Talk the other day. They were talking about there was a boss so hard in there. They played over 100 hours and they still can't beat that boss. I said, I got to play that game.
Yeah, like a lot of their complaints towards Xenoblade, like, oh my god, no towns. I didn't see anything in Anthem except for like grass and trees.
Yeah.
It's completely barren.
IGN can go to hell. I mean, like, what are they thinking? Can we finally admit that there's corruption in the gaming media? I mean, Greg Miller alone should let you guys know.
Greg Miller is a weird guy.
You think?
Yeah.
And you know he's weird if Ghost is saying that.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, that's pretty spooky.
Yeah. Bad jokes on it.
All right, then the following day we had Microsoft, and they showed Halo Infinite, Gears of War 5, a PC exclusive Gears game called Gears of War Tactics, and a mobile game called Gears Pop, Cyberpunk 2077, which I think looks pretty good. Well, interesting. I didn't really care for The Witcher, but that looked really good. Fallout 76, The Division 2, Devil May Cry 5, the new From Software game Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, Just Cause 4, Forza Horizon 4, Dying Light 2, the first real look at Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Jump Force, which we'll get into later, Crackdown 3 with a release date for February, and apparently Crackdown 2 isn't canon to the story of Crackdown 3. It takes place right after Part 1, and the main character is actually Terry Crews now. Battlefield 5, PUBG Snow Map, Metro Exodus got a release date, also February, and releasing the same day as Days Gone and Anthem, Frozen for Kingdom Hearts 3, We Happy Few, Cuphead DLC with a new island, new bosses, weapons, charms, and a female playable character called Miss Chalice.
Yeah.
Battletoads Session, which was that skateboarding game that everybody thought was Skate 4. Yeah. Tunic, that game with the fox and the sword. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Adventure of Captain Spirit, which was that game by the Life is Boring team. Nier Automata is coming to the Xbox One. Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition, Sea of Thieves new content, Black Desert, and their biggest announcement was that they acquired 4 new studios, Playground Games, the developers of Forza, Undead Labs, the developers behind State of Decay, which both of those companies were pretty much already Microsoft, Xbox developers, Compulsion Games, the developers behind We Happy Few, and the ones that got like Sony fans really triggered on Twitter for whatever reason, Ninja Theory, the team behind groundbreaking titles like Heavenly Sword, DMC Devil May Cry, Disney Infinite, Kung Fu Chaos, Enslaved Odyssey to the West, and Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice.
Oh, God.
Very
Yeah.
entertaining. Very entertaining E3.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, I got to give Microsoft the win just on a technical level because they showed the most amount of they showed the most amount of interesting titles. They had the most amount of diverse content, and they had a lot of the most surprising reveals, I think.
Yeah, they had the biggest heavy hitters for sure.
Yeah.
Well, that and it flowed well as a conference. You know, they weren't using church gimmicks or any kind of weird stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we'll get into that. And I wanted to say, Blandrew, good job reading that list, dude. That was a mouthful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good. Very, very, very good show. But like I said, the multi-plats, so it's kind of like, do we really? Did they give us a reason to buy an Xbox One? Did anybody here want to buy Xbox One now?
No, that's my only problem with the conference.
Like I said, they put on the best presentation, but as far as me going out there and buying an Xbox One, I don't think they did it.
Yeah, their closer was that 2077 game, which we still didn't really see any gameplay for. So that was kind of a letdown to me. I thought they were going to come out with like a really big exclusive this fall that they hadn't announced because they really just haven't had anything in a while. That's been like, okay. And then they didn't, which, could be good in the long run because they've had a tendency to put games out, I guess, before they're finished, like Sea of Thieves, I think. But, is what it is, I guess.
I would like an Xbox. I prefer to play Xbox with the PS4, but I just don't want to get one yet.
I was going to get an Xbox One X at one point just so I could use backwards compatibility, but then Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition came out.
Yes, exactly. I thought the Tales of Vesperia was going to be exclusive, and I said, okay, now it's time to get one.
Yeah, it's coming to the Switch. We in there, man.
Yeah.
The Switch, I'm like, okay, I don't.
Apparently, that's the most sought after version too.
Yeah, we were looking on Amazon last night too, and that version is selling pretty well.
Mm-hmm. So there's a nice little tidbit too that they did talk about was I guess Phil Spencer's going to attend TGS, which I guess he hasn't really done. So they probably have some announcement that they're gonna,
But let's go.
TGS.
Yeah, but let's go down the list here. Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. What do you guys think about this one?
Game of the show.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. I'm still wishy-washy about it. I'm going to try it out, but they're removing the RPG mechanics, which is going to bother me a little bit. But I still want to try because I think it's going back to Tenchu Stealth Assassin, but it's just changed something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
got
really.
the grappling. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good.
No, they got the grappling hook. I saw some stealth mechanics, but I think it's just going to be an all-out action game with a story.
Yeah,
it's not a Souls game, but I'm kind of down for that because I've been wanting something different. I mean, we'll get another Bloodborne or something like that eventually. The Souls IP is too popular for them to not do it. So
I'm hoping they don't do Bloodborne again, but go ahead.
It'll be your saver from Ghost of Tsushima,
Yes, such a letdown.
Hey,
Guy Gamer, you're a From Software fan. What did you think about it?
Yeah, it seems like we're coming full circle because it almost looks like they're trying to make a Ninja Gaiden game like inspired by Souls, where like Neo was making, the Ninja Gaiden devs made Neo, which is a Soul-inspired sort of take with Ninja Gaiden kind of feel. So I'm interested to see like how your character progresses. Are you going to boost weapons? Can you get like new weapons constantly? Or is it just going to be like Ninja Gaiden where you get a new weapon and you can boost it occasionally? Weapons and armor, I guess, how customizable is all that going to be if they're taking away leveling up? What's going to be that sort of progression? So
they said you're going to have abilities and stuff like that, so you can spend like points on the abilities and get that for your grappling hook or your sword or this little like flame that you have in your left hand. So that's how you're going to do it.
Yeah, your arm is basically this new arm that you got because you got to cut off in the beginning. You can like do everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it does sound like Ninja Gaiden then, I guess, in that way. Maybe. We'll see. I like what I saw, so we'll see what happens.
Okay. I saw a mechanic where you could like die and then come back to life and like sneak up on your enemy or something. Does anybody know what that was all about? I only saw the trailer like once, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that's going to be like broken, so you can't die anymore. But apparently, it's limited by like a gauge or something like that. They didn't give too many details because I was watching like interviews and stuff with the developer, and that's pretty much all they said. It's just it's limited. It's not going to make the game easier. So.
Okay. Anybody else? Shadows Die Twice. Nobody care.
It looks okay, but yeah, I wait for more gameplay.
I think it looks better than I don't like saying these type of things, but it does look better than more interesting than the Ghost and So Shitty. You know what I mean?
Well, respectfully, I don't think it's exclusive enough for Nico to be hyped for it.
No, it showed more action than Ghost of Tsushima, but yeah, it looks
Okay.
cool.
Would you be more interested in a game like this or Dark Souls, Nico?
This
Isn't this from Software, Blender?
Yeah. But I'm just
Okay, so it is probably going to be a little bit Dark Soul-ish in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
What do you guys think about that game? Apparently, it's going to have all the BioWare charm that people were looking for with Anthem,
Fuck
like the whole
Witcher.
dating and that whole thing.
I'm less interested now, but I'm hoping we get Deus Ex meets Shadowrun. That's kind of the impression I had when I was looking at earlier, screens and what they were doing. But we didn't see really a whole lot outside the cutscenes, right?
It also has character creator, by the way.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Oh, I'm in there then.
Yeah, you don't have to be that big white guy from the trailer.
I mean, so does Soul Calibur 5, right? You saw that Sonic thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you don't have to be Geralt of Rivia from The Witcher 3?
Yeah, I hope we're not super warrior soldiers. That's what pisses me off. But I don't. There wasn't no gameplay, but I'm just excited by what they're saying this game's going to be. It's made by the Witcher developers. It's going to be a first-person RPG, and and like Guy Gamer says, I hope it's what's that the joint? What's that movie called? Blade Runner. I hope it's Blade Runner the RPG. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And,
The first.
if it's like that,
No, you're good. You're good.
go ahead, Blanche.
All right, I was saying, yeah, the first person aspect really made people lose interest with this game. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't
Especially-
know. A lot of RPGs are first person that I love, so it doesn't bother me at all. So I wonder why it bothers a lot of people.
Yeah, Oblivion is one of my favorite games.
Yeah,
When
but-
you say first person, you're talking about like Skyrim and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Ghost, you don't know what first person is?
Well, no, I was just thinking, is it going to be in that aspect or like in the aspect of like dungeon crawling type of screen or something
yes,
like that?
it's first person and they keep it an RPG. Now, if they make it a guns blazing shooter, then I'm going to be pissed off. But I think I hope this company can give us an RPG in a cyberpunk world. It's going to be amazing. I never even thought about nothing like that. It's going to be fun. Very different.
Yeah, the world looks really cool. It's like an Akira type of vibe.
Yeah. That's Blade Runner. Akira was inspired by Blade Runner and Ghost in the Shell as well.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we had Jump Force. I think you said this was like the game of E3, Nico.
Oh yeah. For me, man, that's the most one that like get me hyped the most. Everything else is like, okay, I could play it when it come out, but this Jump Force game has got me hyped. I like mostly all the characters that they show, and I like fighting games, even though I don't play fighters as much, but I do like fighting games.
You're casual.
Very disrespectful calling that a fighting game. It's an arena masher, sir.
Hmm.
Come on, man, it's all the same, man.
They showed Super Saiyan Goku. They didn't show your Goku Blue. How do you feel about that?
They showed Kaioken, so I'm cool. Kaioken, one of the favorites too.
Yeah, you weren't here for this reveal, Zobi. How did you feel about Jump Force?
No way. I'm done. I'm totally done with anime games. I don't even understand how people are still excited. That was like one of the top 10 most anticipated games of people's E3 list. They did like a what you call it, a fans top list, and that made the list. And I said, "What? Why?"
It's amazing.
Okay.
You know what was crazy? I saw a lot of people who like mock anime and anime games really hyped for this game.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, like I was listening to like the Zaires and other podcasts, and like they were really looking forward to Jump Force. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it's Zaire, I mean, what else is he really playing, you know?
Is it because they turned it into more realistic looking? I guess.
I don't know, but I think that looks terrible.
Yeah, it looks awful. I don't.
Yeah.
No, I'm done. I'm completely done with anime games. I kind of built my channel up of that bull crap, but I am so done. I'm so done with anime games. No more, never again, man.
So
Yeah,
there's no way we're not going to see the belt on the line with the headband on. Come on.
Absolutely not. No way. I'm done. I can't take it anymore. I'm about to kill myself if I talk about anime one more time.
Dragon Ball Fighters, the brawl for it all.
Oh,
Come on. One last time. Come on, y'all. Come on.
Is there a date for that game? I didn't pay attention. Sorry.
I don't think so. No.
Yeah. It said 2019, but yeah, that's all it said.
It's 2019. I thought it was 20. It's 2019.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
It's gonna look better even then. So
No, they showed
No, it's
side by
not.
side comparison. It looked worse.
You ever see
the Discord? But go
You
ahead,
ever see
Brandon.
those Unreal Engine like fan make like creation? Like it'll be Sonic the Hedgehog and it'll be running through some realistic grassy field.
Yeah.
That's kind of what this reminds me of. Like I don't think the art style was good for what they showed.
Yeah, photorealism and anime do not mix, and let's not try this again after this game.
All right, Gambino, what do you
yeah.
think about it?
I didn't really, like I said, the photorealistic and anime don't work together. It looks like shit. I was watching some gameplay and it looked real clunky. Like the animations were just trash. It might be because of it's an early build. Sorry. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna buy it unless they put Yugi in the game. Then maybe I'll think about it.
Hero, what do you think about Jump Force if your mic is still working?
Yeah, hoping I'm not burn out, but I don't know what the fuck is up with those sparkles, man. Like it's just all over the screen. I can't see anything. I don't know. The game just does not look fun at all. I don't know what it is. I think it's the Unreal Engine thing, like you said, because it looks like somebody just made it in their basement or something. Yeah.
All right, Guy Gamer, are you looking forward to Jump Force?
No, not at all. But nobody's going to question Blandry looking up realistic Sonic the Hedgehog videos.
No,
That's why.
like when you're like on YouTube, you just see like a sidebar of all this stuff.
I mean, not in my sidebar, but okay.
Ocarina of the Time remade in Unreal Engine or something.
Oh, dude, remember that Majora's Mask realistic remake? That actually looked pretty good, you know?
Oh, the Skull Kid thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, what did you think about Jump Force? I know you were excited, Ghost. You said it was one of the best shows.
I'm not a
at E3.
I'm not a
Yeah, come on, Ghost.
I'm not a
Hold it
fan of
down,
the
man.
hyper realistic art style, but as far as like the game, it looks better than J Stars because it's got more of a focus on, like, one thing I hated about J Stars specifically was that there'd be a bunch of shit like blocking the way. You'd be running through a city, you're trying to find a person on the map, but here it's like a condensed little area. You have a certain amount of space that you can move in between the enemies and fight them. And I think it's just one-on-one teams. I think like you go through each character or something like that. It was looking like that, but it looked decent. I'd probably buy it at a price drop, probably not full price, but I'm interested. Yeah, I think it looks decent. Yeah.
With anime games, you have to buy them at launch because the community dies so fast.
Yeah.
Within a week.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys, Nico and Ghost, you guys are hyped for it. So what anime characters are you hoping to see in the game?
Just like Gambino said, I want to see Yugi in there because other than that, like they did announce Light Yagami, which was pretty cool.
They said he wasn't playable.
Yeah,
So he is like an assist type of character. Okay.
Probably. They said he would be way too strong for the cast of Jump Force, so he's not playable.
Not for
Keep it real,
Goku.
guys. Stop,
for
come
the
on.
story. That's it. Just for the story.
So other than that,
I want to see My Hero people.
Yeah, I want to see what's his name? Nico.
Deku.
All
Might.
Deku, All Might, all of them.
A couple of them.
Gross.
Yeah. No, come on now.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much. We don't want to be here with Microsoft for too long.
Yeah.
Does anybody care about these studios that they acquired? I think it's a pretty good thing for Microsoft.
I used to like Kung Fu Chaos back on the Xbox. My friend had it. It was very fun, but I'm kind of jealous that they're gonna get that exclusively. So
Yeah,
Aren't you
but
also hyping up Heavenly Sword?
no, not me.
It was either you. I think it was you or somebody else. I'm not sure.
You know, it wasn't me. But yeah, Heavenly Sword. What's the name of that studio again? Sorry, Blind Drew.
Ninja Theory.
Ninja Theory or whatever. Never liked any other games. Heavenly Sword was a fucking disaster. DMC, people didn't really care for that either. And then what was that other game they just released recently on PlayStation?
Hellblade.
Yeah, Hellblade. You know, people were going and platinuming that in like 2 days. Nobody. I don't think that's like a big acquirement unless they start making more.
Why does it matter if it's you can platinum it in 2 days? I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying people were rushing through the game and then selling it back anyway. You know, it wasn't like that big of a deal. So unless
$30 game though, right?
I think it was. But the thing is, like, unless they start making like higher quality games or whatever, you know, I don't see them being that much of an asset to Microsoft. Like, I mean, look at how they wasted Rare's potential, and that was a pretty big compliment today. So.
Well, they did say that Playground Games, the team behind Forza, that they're working on a new IP from them, so it's not going to be another racing game. So that's cool.
Yeah, I think the Forza one was the biggest acquisition, but the good thing is the message that they had about all the acquisitions was they're going to be able to make the games they want to make without any pressure, which could be good or bad. I mean, I guess not any pressure, but like they won't be told what they can or can't make, right?
Yeah.
As long as what's his name, the Fable guy or Kojima's not involved, that's probably a good thing.
If I was Microsoft, I would go to Japan and look for some young kids who were talented and working on some Japanese games, and I would buy their studios. Those I would never. I'm not going to buy. I never bought any of those companies' games before, and I won't tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
Yeah, they could have picked up Mistwalker. I don't think they're really doing anything. That's the Lost Odyssey and Last Story team, by the way, if you didn't.
Exactly. Yeah. What is the creator of Final Fantasy, the original Final Fantasies? What is he doing?
Yeah, that's Mistwalker.
Yeah, it's Mistwalker. He's making cell phone games. It's a complete waste. But they did say that there could be more news to come, that they might not be done acquiring studios. So they might be buying some of those guys because that's why they're going to TGS. I don't know, but
I hope they announce that. I think that'll be very good for Microsoft.
Mistwalker needs to do something else besides cell phone games, man. That annoys the hell out of me.
American games, especially if you don't have the IGN backing you like they do Sony.
Yeah,
it's just no chance.
I don't know if this is true or not, but on another podcast, I heard that American companies can't buy Japan studios or something like that.
Oh yeah,
right. I don't know if that's fake news or not. I have no idea.
I heard that the other day from somewhere.
Yeah, I'm like, man, that's crazy.
I probably said it, but that's always been like the rumor. But again, I don't know if that's fake news or what.
It was Microsoft couldn't buy Sega or something like that, but Microsoft came out and admitted that they could have bought Sega.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's got something to do if it's a publicly traded Japanese company or something like that. I don't know.
Okay. Then for that day, the end of the day, we had Bethesda with Rage 2, The Elder Scrolls Blades for mobile, Doom Eternal, Wolfenstein: The Young Blood, Fallout 76, a Fallout Shelter Shadow Drop for the PlayStation 4 and Switch, that Starfield game, and The Elder Scrolls 6. I know you were kind of angry at Bethesda. What's going on, Zobi?
Yeah, they're getting away from making RPGs, and they're catering to a more, to a different audience, and that's all because it's the original creative of the Elder Scrolls games that he would never do. Todd Howard did an awesome job with Oblivion. I give him props, and he also did a great job with Morrowind, even though I didn't play, but I want to. But he's just losing focus, and 76. I think it's supposed to be a battle royale type game.
It's online only, apparently. Well, you can play it offline, but the main attraction is online.
Yeah.
Can you even play it offline? Because they contradicted themselves a few times. They said everybody you meet in the game world will be online.
I heard that you could do single player if you wanted to.
He said there's an offline mode.
Yeah.
There's Todd Howard. He's such a big liar. He lies all the time.
That's true.
He's one of the liars ever.
They said something like if you want to get in a fight with somebody, though, it's like old school. You have to like agree to a duel, so you can't just run up and start shooting somebody.
Well, in the trailer, the guy was just walking by and a giant laser beam came up. So I don't know but I don't know how they're going to do it. But still, I don't care about the battle. Okay, Todd Howard, congratulations, you're improving your combat system, but you've dropped RPGs, and that's what pissed me off the most. Skyrim, Fallout 4 were perfect examples of that. Not only that, the MMO that they created is terrible, and with this is, it's a problem, man. Todd Howard, great charismatic guy, but he's just a problem.
Okay, what about you, Guy Gamer? Do you like Bethesda stuff or?
Not really. I mean, look, we'll see if this 76 stuff pans out. I'm pretty skeptical. I think this is something that should have probably been like a GTA 5 where they add an online mode later you can toy with. But as far as the whole game revolving around it, I'm not a fan of. So I probably won't buy it day one. I'm going to see how it goes, see what happens. You can't really trust what the media is necessarily going to say. So we'll see what, hype beasts on YouTube say and all that. But, what irritated me too is like the Blades game. If that revolves around the Blades in the Elder Scrolls universe, that's like a really cool faction, and they were throwaway in Skyrim, and they actually were just like a bunch of jerks. You didn't really like the Blades in Skyrim, and then like to have them be on a cell phone game. I don't know why cell phone games just irritate me, man. So I was kind of bummed about that, but I'll give Todd Howard a little bit of credit. He did call the entire audience degenerates. So
that was funny.
Yeah, that was cool. He made some type of trailer with Key and Peele, and it was a joke because they put Skyrim on everything.
Yeah,
but I was really disappointed.
They said Skyrim on Etch a Sketch.
Yeah, no. Did you see the Skyrim? Skyrim actually came out on Alexa. You can load Skyrim on Amazon Alexa and like Fusra Dot and all that stuff. That was pretty funny.
All right, Gambino, I know you like Bethesda. You care about this conference? Thought it was good or what?
I think the only thing I'm going to be looking out for is Elder Scrolls 6. And if it's anything like Skyrim, then even that's kind of a flop for me. 76, I was hyped for it at first, but the online thing threw me off. I'm not really big on MMOs or anything like that. So, yeah, it's kind of neutral on it.
Okay. Is there like some type of fee you have to pay for Fallout 77, like 76 for like other MMOs?
Oh god,
I have no idea.
That Hero edition, $200, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, that means they're going to be doing the microtransaction route. They got to make some somehow.
Okay, Hero, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, you're better. What did you think about Bethesda?
I don't know the conference. Wait, was that the conference that had like the concert going on?
Yeah.
Wait, did they have Andrew WK? Was that Bethesda?
Yeah, that was Bethesda.
Oh god. Yeah, that conference was terrible. But Fallout 76, I wanted to see that because I tried playing Elder Scrolls Online. That was a terrible game. So I wanted to see what it was gonna be like with Fallout 76, since I thought that's what it was gonna be. But I don't know, it looked worse. So I'm not really interested in that. I saw Elder Scrolls 6. That was pretty cool, but I'll just wait till we see gameplay to really make a decision on that.
Yeah, the hype for Elder Scrolls 6 wasn't the same as Skyrim.
No.
I remember when they first showed that trailer to Skyrim. I mean, I even got a video where I ripped my testicles out and threw them at the camera. But with this, everybody was just like, "Oh, okay, it's coming." You know what I mean?
Yeah, finally. It's like this shit should have been announced 5 years ago.
Yeah, but I mean, you look at the difference in the announcements, man. You remember Skyrim? It was like the dude breathing heavy, and he does like the Fusra Da, and then like the song comes in, the dragon's fucking attacking him. This one, you just see the freaking letter,
the mountains.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like Metroid Prime did that too, but Metroid Prime got like a huge reaction.
Yeah.
Well, that was really unexpected, though.
Everybody thought Metroid was dead.
Yeah.
Okay. Ghost, do you care about Bethesda at all?
Other than Wolfenstein and Doom, yeah, fuck Bethesda. But even so, the Doom trailer, I didn't really care for that. There was nothing really shown at all, so I can't really say anything. Yeah, I mean, gameplay wise, and that's something I usually tend to look out for in trailers myself anyway. And the Wolfenstein trailer just sort of looked like they were doing like another SJW thing, because you look at the two main characters, it's like two females just twisting around, throwing their fist or whatever. It's probably going to be more, it's another game where females are going to be dominant. It looks like so. There's more of that going on.
I was going to say, geez, Ghost, what did Todd Howard do to you?
Okay, Nico, what do you think about Bethesda? Do you even care about Bethesda? I don't think I've ever heard you talk about them either.
No, man, I tried to play one of them Elder Scrolls games at a friend's house. It just was my cup of tea, so I just passed on all them games.
Okay, I'm noticing a lot of like not even acknowledging Rage 2. Does nobody care about that?
Passivity.
Hell no.
I'll pass.
I'll be honest with you, like the gameplay on this one looked a lot better than the original. I never really played the original though, but it just looked very cookie cutter to me. This one looked better, but it still looks like it's trying to be Borderlands. So
I think that's what I kept asking when we got that leak list a while ago. Like, did anybody even play the first Rage? Is what I was wondering. And I don't think anybody cares about Rage here.
I didn't play it.
I
didn't know it was a thing.
I never heard of Rage 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on, we had Square Enix the next day, who pretty much showed us nothing we haven't seen before, but they are making a new IP with Platinum Games called Babylon Falls, and they showed that game like the angry Caucasian in the alley called The Quiet Man, where he was beating up on people.
Oh yeah. Was that Babylon gameplay, or was it like cutscenes or something?
It was just like pictures of knights in armor.
Okay, yeah. I'm still mad they didn't show that Avengers game, so Square Enix was bogus to me.
Yeah, that was missing. Now that I think about it,
I don't know. That Avengers game sounded like a disaster when they were telling you could play as Black Widow. Like, oh my god, what a
Black Widow? You mean Scarlet Witch or whatever?
Scarlet Witch. What a quintessential feature, you know? Oh my god.
All the D-listers.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever, Ghost. You're not a Marvel fan like Nico. Just
shit.
I know, right?
I'm not as big as a Venom fan either.
Yeah.
So anybody see anything they like from Square Enix?
Like I said, Kingdom Hearts looks better.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3.
I mean, I was gonna wait for us to get into the PlayStation conference to talk about the Pirates trailer, but that really got me excited for Kingdom Hearts 3. Like all the past trailers and everything. I don't like Frozen. The Toy Story stuff looked all right. That really got me hyped for what could come out of Kingdom Hearts 3. So yeah.
I think the only thing worthwhile they showed was that DQ11 trailer. That shit was good.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really matter in the long run because we already know that game is coming out.
Also, is that gonna be like exclusive to PS4 and over here? Because I didn't see
which game? Dragon Quest?
Yeah.
No, they just didn't finish the Switch port yet. It's PC and PS4 for now.
Yeah, they're being real quiet on that. I don't know.
I was like, they're not really advertising the Switch version, so I was just like wondering where.
I don't like when they wait on Switch games though. Like I don't like waiting.
I agree with Aki on this one. I think they don't want to mess with the PS4 sales because people I'll just wait for the Switch.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna wait for the Switch version, but I agree it has something to do with Sony and Square Enix.
Well, in that article, the dudes at Square Enix were telling the reporter to just stop asking about it. Like they didn't want to talk about it at all. That's pretty weird to me.
What happened with Fortnite gives me to believe my suspicions, what I've been saying before about Sony, doing some shady shit in the background, especially when it comes to Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what game we were talking about, but I was coming up with my conspiracy theories. But now with Fortnite,
it was Dark Souls.
I think it was Monster Hunter Worlds.
Okay, yeah, it was Monster Hunter World.
Because there was rumor coming out that Sony paid to like stay off Nintendo because they didn't consider Microsoft and PC to be a threat or something, but they were trying to win back Japan.
Yeah.
Yes.
And remember, the 3DS version of Dragon Quest XI outsold the PS4 version in Japan.
Yeah.
So that might have something to do with it.
The Fortnite thing, how shady they are and how they responded to it was really shady as well. Lets me know that Sony's just the worst scumbags. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Off topic.
Okay. No hype for the Adventures of Captain Spirit.
Okay, kill yourself.
The what?
That was a kid running around in his room as a superhero.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was terrible.
I don't think that.
I think my sister likes those games, but no, I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't know who they're making that for because that whole Life is Strange thing, like, not to get into the social issues, right? But there was a bunch of, I think she had purple hair, I think, right? Or like there was like tragedy going on and all
It
this
was
stuff.
aqua
Yeah.
blue. Come on.
Yeah, you're putting a blonde-haired Caucasian kid wearing a cape. Like, I don't think the fan base is going to like react to that in the way they expect. So I think that's going to be a flop. But
Yeah, I think games like The Walking Dead and Life is Strange all had their core audience. I don't know who this really would appeal to. Yeah. Okay.
it's
No thoughts on Quiet Man,
The what?
Was that?
the raging Caucasian in the alleyway. We've been over this.
Oh,
No.
shit. No.
Yeah, that's terrible.
I hope it's free.
No, you know what though? Something we didn't touch on was that EA's conference or Bethesda. What was that one where like that guy was on a skateboard shooting everybody, or did we?
The one that Gambino and Blanchard were hyped for at first, and then
It
the
looks
skating game.
fun. It looks ridiculous and fun. It's like a Bananarama something or other like that. I think.
That was probably Devolver's game, I think.
Yeah, it's my
that
friend
was Devolver,
Pedro
my
or
bad,
something like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, that Devolver conference was terrible. But yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
That shit was so cringy, dude.
The joke concert, I thought that was funny. The one where they were joking around.
Yeah, I thought it was a good show, but the games they announced, I just didn't really care.
Whoa, not that Met game that they were just exclusive to Xbox in Japan.
Not that one either. I don't know. I just didn't really care for it.
I'll look into that game, but like, I don't know. It didn't get me hype.
I know you like the mech games that actually move like mechs, but I need the ballerina mechs, man.
No doubt. Oh, but no, yeah, that game is coming to the Switch in PC alone. I don't think it's coming to anything else.
No, that's the shooting one. The mech game is on everything but the
I'm
Switch.
sorry,
I
not the
believe.
mech. Not the mech. I'm talking about the shoot one. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna pick it up if it's a nice $15 or whatever.
yeah, that looks pretty cool.
Definitely gonna try it out.
Okay, I didn't add Ubisoft, but I guess we might as well just go over it.
Oh.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Let me scroll. I didn't write it down, so I got to scroll through. Trials Rising, that Trials motorcycle game. Star Fox is coming to Starlink's Battle for Atlas. The Division 2 will include 8-player raids or something. Beyond Good and Evil 2, and that Pirates game. I forget what it was called.
Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones, yeah.
Yeah, Skull and Bones.
I feel like we're missing something
Just
else.
Dance.
Oh, was that announced? I think they just showed like 10 minutes of the them dancing on stage with bear costumes or some shit.
that's not even
I don't think it was even announced.
Yeah, I think that was pretty much all they showed. And For Honor DLC, they showed that girl walking slow-mo or something.
Oh,
yeah. Think that's it. They didn't show Splinter Cell, which left a lot of people upset.
Yeah, I want to see that, but I guess.
Yeah.
The Division
Oh, well.
looks okay, but it's not worth full price to me, So
They get points deducted for not showing an actual Star Fox game.
Or Rayman. No, I don't want Ubisoft making Star Fox.
Yeah, I'm good off that.
I'm just saying that was pretty bad.
Like a Splinter Cell.
Splinter Cell was exclusive to the Xbox.
No, it hasn't been since I think the original Xbox
Yeah.
was the was the 361 exclusive. I can't remember.
I don't think so. I think it's pretty much been multiplayer ever since.
I think it was timed exclusive, but I still like that game. And
When you got the goggles on and you can able to crawl on things and stuff.
yeah, it was kind of like a competitor to Metal Gear Solid, but nobody freaked out about it like that.
I thought it was better than Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, I mean, it's a gameplay, like actual like spy game or whatever you want to call it. The story was grounded, but I liked it kind of better, I guess you could say, besides Metal Gear 1.
Let me see which one I have. It's called Pandora's Tomorrow. I thought this was a really good stealth game.
I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know.
Yeah, and fun fact, that voice actor actually survived an actual terrorist attack. It was one of those, he was like in the Indian hotel that got attacked years ago, and he got shot and wounded in the stomach, I think, and he pretended he was dead, and they walked past him.
Guy Gamer fun facts.
The pirate game I'm the most hyped for, even though now they said we won't be able to walk on land, but hopefully this is a spark that we can get the ultimate pirate game in the next couple of years.
Please.
where we could sail the seas, we could shoot things, we could go on land and shop, we can go recruit new pirate members. You know what? We're gonna go work on that, man. But yes, I hope this is the blueprint to making one of the perfect pirate games that's going to come out in the next few years. I feel it coming. Thanks to Assassin's Creed, but go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, they needed to have like a feature, like a mass online feature where you could have like 2 ships just go at it and like 16 people on one ship. Because what I saw, it was just like one ship and you could jump from area like cannon to like scope or something and drive it. I don't know.
They confirmed later 1 person is a ship, so there's no movement on the ship.
Yeah, I really wish more than 1 person could command the ship, and then you could have several people working on different parts of the ship. Then you could have together like your own crew, basically.
Yeah, like somebody would shoot like a cannon at the ship, and you have to like, all right, go down there and patch that up so it doesn't like start leak. That would be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That is Sea of Thieves, by the way. I think more people in here would actually like Sea of Thieves if we played it together.
I would love Sea of Thieves. Yeah,
it needs work. Don't get me wrong. It needs work. Like they need to flesh it out a little bit more. But it's a fun game. Like you can put yourself in the cannon and shoot yourself at the ship, and then start taking people on the other ship.
Does Sea of Thieves have that like customization aspect where you can level the ship and
you can buy all kinds of stuff, different sails, like put sharks on the front of the ship, like mast, all that kind of stuff, man. And it is fun. Like you can just go troll people.
Can I cover my ship in symbiote goo?
I haven't gotten that far of customization, but you might be able to. They have like these events, right, where you can get certain customizations only for like 2 weeks. That's kind of what they've been doing recently. But it's fun, and it's on Game Pass too. So you just pay $9.99, you can start playing it.
The best musical, they're all cringy and terrible, but the best one was the Donkey Kong one. They did a very good presentation for that one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when the girl was rocking out on the guitar. Yeah.
The Grant Kirkhope.
Yeah, that song was good.
They get down. They were getting down, but still, I just don't like Ubisoft. That was the number 2 for me.
You got to admit the game looked good though.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But I'm like a Jewish person who won't support anything that was made out of Germany. You know what I mean?
No, I feel you.
I just got my. Everybody can feel that now. So, you know what I'm saying? If I said if I'm a black guy, you know what? Forget it. But anyway, I'm like a Jewish person who will not support anything out of Germany. I will not support Ubisoft, EA. Square Enix is almost on that list if they didn't make if they weren't working exclusively with the Switch. But it does look great. It does look great, Gambino. You're right.
I give them a little bit of credit. They didn't have the Mother Goddess presenting this year, did they?
That's true. What's her name?
Yeah,
She's depressed right now, but she didn't come.
Okay, any last thoughts on Ubisoft before we move on? Beyond Good and Evil, nobody cared about that?
That was a really cool
that looks good. It looks good, but I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, didn't they say they're going to have a working demo by the end of 2019 or something? Like, it seems like it's going to take forever.
What just confuses me is that I thought that original game was a game about like taking pictures or some shit, and it was like a stealth game.
Yeah, it was an open world.
She was a reporter, but she could. It's still combat based too, though.
Yeah, but was there like?
It looks like it's a totally different crew of people because at the end of the trailer, she went to the dark side, and now she's going to be some type of demonic Mother Goddess powers. You know what I mean?
Every time I see that game, I just think Star Wars.
Yeah, people were telling me it was a prequel. I'm not sure if this is a sequel or anything.
Oh, okay. So she was a bad guy, and then she hit her head, and now she's Goku or something. Yeah. Okay.
To me, she did have a rod, right? But to me, that game always felt like a Jack and Dexter type game with the way it flowed, but with maybe a little more RPG, and you were a reporter taking pictures. So,
okay,
that's it. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I thought looks really well, but I've been bit too many times by that game, so hear that.
It's another Mother Goddess title too.
Well, you can pick between the two, but yeah. Go ahead.
Really?
Okay, and the last show of the night, Sony.
Oh, God.
Where they showed The Last of Us 2 in some type of tent, Spider-Man, Neo, Ghost of Tsushima, Control, which was that Quantum Break game with the girl, Resident Evil 2 remake, Death Stranding, Trevor Saves the Universe. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if you guys don't remember this game. It was the Rick and Morty type game. Destiny and Black Ops 2 stuff. And yeah, I think that was it. I put Spider-Man twice for some reason. Oh, and that
Terrible.
From Software VR game.
Oh God,
That conference was a pure disaster.
Yeah, that was bad.
that was the biggest letdown of a conference ever.
Yeah, it was terrible. And I'm a Sony guy, so yeah.
I don't think it was a letdown. I think it was what I expected.
Oh.
But I feel you though, Gambino.
I say it's a letdown because I was actually hyped for things like Ghost of Tsushima, and it just turned out like shit. Like,
God of War in Japan.
yeah,
It was gonna be trash.
This is like the Sony hubris that led to the PS3 launch. So you can just tell they're going to roll into the PS5 and it's going to be a disaster. Like,
No, it's not. It's gonna be amazing, man.
The greatest thing ever.
I mean,
By the
Death
way-
Stranding looks like the worst game in like exclusive AAA title I've seen in a
Death
decade.
Stranding.
Probably.
Kojima is a hack.
Kojima is a weirdo.
Speaking of Death
retarded.
Stranding,
You guys see that Peter Monolith, the guy that used to work on the Fable games, he came up with that idea first, and Kojima stole it. Did you guys? I posted that in the Discord today.
Yeah, I
I
saw
didn't-
it.
I didn't see it.
Oh man, I didn't get to see it.
He came up with that because he's another guy that's like Kojima. He's insane. You know what I mean? He was talking. Only thing about him though, he was talking big ideas, and Microsoft was like, "I don't think we could do that." You know what I'm saying? But go ahead and keep talking. And like he had big super idea. I think he came up with that Connect thing with the little boy, and you can talk to the boy, and
Oh, Milo.
That ended up being Connectimals, right?
super big ideas. And the way he talked, it made you go, "Oh yeah, I can feel your energy." But I think he's just ahead of his time because at that time I don't think Xbox could do his big ideas.
Yeah. And speaking of Death Stranding, our guy Greg Miller, he said that they might have been showing Death Stranding from beginning to end when he was walking through the world. That might have been beginning of the game to the end of the game. Because if you notice, he was walking with like dead people attached to his back or something wrapped up. So they probably think it was like survivors dying one after another or something.
Well, it did look like it was telling the whole story of the game, basically.
Yeah.
But we still don't know what the fuck is going on.
And why does he have a baby in a catheter bag?
Also, some girl just eating some random maggot. I mean, it's.
Oh yeah, I think the baby got powers or something though.
Nobody knows what the hell is going on in Death Stranding. Nobody knows what's going on in Kojima's head. Kojima doesn't even know. Kojima's
Yeah, it do look trash though.
insane.
He's on drugs, man. I promise.
Yeah.
I promise.
He's on some heavy LSD or some shit.
No, I really don't think he's on drugs. I think he has autism or something. He must have been.
He's one of those really creative guys, but he's just insane. You know what I mean? You cannot give this man the keys. You have to Konami, and you gotta. You know what? Just make Metal Gear, man.
Yes,
He needs that.
He's like, I want to make Silent Hill, and they're like, okay, we'll let you make the demo. You know what I'm saying? But okay, he probably was like, well, I need all this money to make this new Silent Hills. And they said, you know what, just get the hell out of here.
And speaking of that, 3 out of the 4 deep dives, as Sony was calling them, with The Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man, and Death Stranding, 3 out of those games, with the exception of Spider-Man, didn't have even release years.
Yeah.
That was a deep dive?
Yeah. Like Smash Bros. Yeah, that was a deep dive. But.
Yeah. We know exactly what we're getting into with Smash, but we'll get into that next, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I think Death Stranding, if it was a good game, you would need it to be like the mystery would be part of that. So you wouldn't want to give away too much. But Kojima has hit his, like we were talking about I was giving the LeBron James metaphor before, but this is like his Logan Paul moment in the Suicide Forest, and nobody is telling him this is a really bad idea. Don't post that.
Yeah, he needs that one guy on his shoulder to say this is a really shitty idea.
Oh, but the thing is, they ran this sympathy party for him. So now, and due to the climate that we're in, you can't. And he's going to be exposed. And these are things we predicted years ago, but people thought I was stupid and crazy, and I know what I was talking about. The man's insane.
I think
told you in Metal Gear he was insane.
People forget. Remember that Geoff when the first Game Awards thing, and he was like, "I'm going to present this for my good friend. He couldn't make it tonight because Konami won't allow him to attend."
I remember.
Everybody was feeling sorry for him. Whatever.
Lighters in the sky, like it was a funeral. I was like, "What is going on here?" And everybody was like, "What? You don't like Kojima?" I mean, it just scares me how programmed these people are out here, man. It scares the shit out of me. But go ahead, Blandry.
The Last of Us 2.
Oh, come on. You know, next.
Game of the conference. That wasn't IGN's #1 game of the conference. Or no, that was Anthem. That was #2, right?
It didn't even make the top gamers lists.
Yeah, nobody's talking about Last of Us. Nobody cheered when it was revealed. Nobody cares.
I don't know. What? No, wasn't it Black Baron that posted that picture, Blandry? You saw that, right?
Yeah, that chart.
Yeah, the chart. It was a chart. It didn't even make the top lists.
No, it was the most talked about.
Oh, it was?
No, it wasn't. It was Kingdom Hearts.
I didn't even see it on the list.
Oh, I thought Last of Us was like 1 or 2 on it. My bad.
Oh, no.
I think it was or something.
I saw people attacking Black Baron over that the other day.
I can't say the graphics look nice though, but that's about the only thing.
It was mostly gray and drab though.
Yeah.
It looked worse than the first game, which is one of the biggest problems to me. Like, I think in general, that this game will be worse because it seems like they're starting to push an agenda with this game, and I really didn't even see anything going on. Like, you didn't even have like zombies or anything. I know a lot of people were interested in that whole Firefly storyline, but
what made it cool, I guess, quote unquote cool or interesting was it was this guy in an apocalypse taking care of this girl.
Mm-hmm.
Now you just have this random mother goddess just running out there shooting people.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. Why do I care?
Yeah.
They didn't. That was their job, was to make me care about this game. What they should have done was given her the mother rights and give her a child to take care of in the next game.
That would have probably been a better idea.
Take that baby away from Death Stranding and give it to her.
That's what you're doing. They're doing that in The Walking Dead. It's because in The Walking Dead, the game, it was the black guy taking care of the little girl. Now with the final DLC that they're coming out with, the final chapters, it's the girl taking care of a little boy, a little black boy. So it's they're finishing off with that. But with this, I don't want to see this girl. And notice they changed the design of her face because
to make her look more like a man almost.
The reason they did it was because Ellen Page, that vicious. Excuse me, I wouldn't even say nothing, but Ellen,
the vicious.
No, she's brutal. But we love women here.
Yeah, she's ragged.
I don't mean ragged. She's. But anyway,
no, she's strange. She pees in buckets and waters flowers with it.
She tried.
What?
I'm serious. It's real.
Remember, she tried to sue Sony for her likeness.
Yeah.
As she should have, though. That was a clear ripoff. The voice actress sounded just like her too.
Yeah, so they had to change up her looks on this bad boy.
But like, even with Last of Us 1, there was a lot of ridiculous shit in that game, and you have a certain level of suspension of disbelief, I guess, with that. You had you had all types of crazy shit going on, but like here, like with Ellie and everything, she's getting shot in the arm with bows and arrows. She's getting knocked out with a hammer. And she's like basically still walking, and it's just like,
oh, goddess.
It's
the
ridiculous.
combat looks good. We're going to see what the final product looks like, but that combat does look good. I'm going to keep it real. Like, Ghost, would you say that's the quintessential cinematic combat?
I would say I was very unimpressed with it. It just kind of looked like whatever. I'd have to see more. I know it's kind of in a way the same type of combat, but that is a very slow segment that they were showing, and a lot of it seemed
a lot was going on, but it felt like it was pretentious. It felt like it was overdone.
Nothing was progressing.
Yeah, it felt like they were trying to prove that the game wasn't going to be scripted. Like you can go anywhere you want to go, but I just feel like it will be scripted when I play this crap.
That gameplay was completely choreographed. That's why I'm not calling it good gameplay or good combat, because it was forced.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It was a way too pretentious. And that's just typical Sony and Naughty Dog. They try to do this artsy fartsy type of thing, but it's nobody cares. Nobody cares.
I'm telling you, like, Ellie is even more.
Sometimes they care is when IGN lies and tell people it's a 10 out of 10 game.
Hold on, guys. Wait a second. Did you not notice the camera? That camera
You mean the person?
That was amazing.
Oh, you mean where you're stuck to the left of the screen the entire time?
That was the craziest thing I ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah, people forget that.
Go ahead, man. I got to mention.
Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima let me down. You know, I was a fan of Sucker Punch when they were making Sly Cooper, and Infamous. A lot of PlayStation fans disagree with me, but I think Infamous is terrible. Yeah. Ghost of Tsushima was the game I was really looking forward to, but when I saw it, it was just like that, you know, that modern day Sony template. You had the camera behind the back. It was just walking through environments, beating up like 2 enemies. I don't know.
I like the stabbing though. I like the stabbing part of it though. He was stabbing them and shit.
It was extremely weird to see a Japanese game, but the combat system was lackluster. It was Batman Arkham. It was terrible.
Yeah, it was like Assassin's Creed or something. Like
the combat.
Slow.
The combat
like,
was okay.
Don't fight slow like that.
The world was really empty too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't understand how he was able to take on 3 warriors, woo, 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 and then all of a sudden, the one girl, it was a showdown. You know what I mean? That was the hard part. I'm like, what? Not that she's a girl. I just think if you're going to be fighting somebody in that period, you should make people feel like, you know, this is what it felt like to be a samurai at that time.
Yeah.
It looks
crazy. They do take out people sometimes. They do take out the little weaklings though. He was stabbing them and shit in the chest.
No. When you're surviving in that period, there's no weaklings. Anybody can get got. There's no weaklings in today's society. So what are we talking about, little weaklings, if this is supposed to be a realistic game?
Oh, they took the anime approach where you could like just take on 20 people at a time.
Yeah, what are you saying? You're so drenched in Dragon Ball Super.
Nah, come on now.
Well, did you notice how dumb the AI was? Like he was fighting those 3 people, and the other 2 NPCs were just sitting back, like letting them fight one person, and then they'd come in after he was done. Like,
might as well.
Yeah, just like Batman.
Yeah, dumb shit.
Real during that time. It was real.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers didn't last longer than 19 years old, 20 years old, man. They thought that if you were able to live to be old, you were a coward. Man, come on, it was real. You think it's real now, it was real back then. And they didn't capture that.
Yeah, did you notice something about that combat though? Like it looked like pretty decent up until that last fight where you could tell it wasn't like a flourish or very choreographed. When it was just them 2 dueling, it looked really lame.
It was really clunky from the get-go.
And people give praise to that scene just because of the leaves and the sunset. It's like, why are we not focusing on the gameplay?
It looked like a game built on intimidation of trying to be some other things that were successful, right, in different pieces. But go ahead, Nico. We got to hype it up. Come on, we can't be all negative, right?
Yeah, I know, right? It let me down a little bit, but it's not terrible. But it's kind of bad a little bit. You know?
Yet another game.
Oh my god!
Yet another game where your right eye is going to be lonely.
But I won't be buying it on day one, though. I won't be buying it on day one.
What about Last of Us 2, Nico? We didn't let you get in on that, really. So.
No, I'm not really on the Last of Us wave. No.
What about that camera? Come on.
Yeah.
But the graphics do look good, though. But no, man, I wasn't really feeling it. The Last of Us game, no. If I was to buy either one of the 2, I would buy Ghost, you know. So
yeah, I'd pick that over. But I'm not buying it. But I'm just saying. What about you, Hero?
Yeah, really bad game. I don't know. I was hearing Nico say he won't buy it on day one, but that's one of those games where if you don't buy it on day one, you're not buying it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just like a game where after day one, you don't have any enthusiasm to play it or anything. Yeah. So yeah, it looked. I don't know. It's not a game for me.
You know what else was bad? The storytelling. I didn't understand why he teamed up with this girl, and in less than 10 seconds, they were fighting each other because of the guy he rescued. They both went to go rescue the guy. It was very, very bad storytelling. They were giving away spoilers, you know, something. You know, I didn't like it. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll end it on Resident Evil 2 because this time is starting to creep up here. Resident Evil 2, Zobi. What's going on, man?
I'm gonna let Guy Gamer go first.
Okay, Guy Gamer.
Yeah, hey, look, I'm gonna give it a chance. We're gonna see. Like, I liked Resident Evil 7, so like before Zobi brings the intense hate, you know, Resident Evil 5 and 6 were just bad. Like 6 was complete trash. 7 is a good horror game. I think if you play it, you'd enjoy it. But it's it's not your traditional Resident Evil, whatever. But we'll see. Like I think they might get this right, but I'm gonna give them a chance.
Okay, but before Zobi goes, I'm kind of on the side with Zobi here. Like I stick with like I want my franchise to be a certain way when I go to play it. Like Resident Evil 7 could be a good game in its own right, but if I want to go play Resident Evil, I kind of just want it to be Resident Evil, you know? Like if Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic Adventure 3 was to come out here and play something that's not Sonic Adventure, I would have a problem with that. But
oh, you mean like the superior Sonic Unleashed?
If it were to be like a boost game or something, I would have a problem. But
well, especially when it's a remake, because if you're remaking Resident Evil 2 and people are saying it reminds them of Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 4, isn't that a problem?
It's a reimagining.
Well, it's both combined. So a remake, though, is kind of a reimagination, right? It's not a remaster.
It's a remake.
I've never heard these rules before, but I've now heard people coming out saying it's a reimagining, and I said, "What the hell is that?" Not that I'm not coming at the guy game. I just heard a lot of people say that, and I say,
"Yeah, Final Fantasy 7."
It's a fancy way of saying remake that plays nothing like the original.
Pokemon, Let's Go Pikachu.
Let's take a few Sony exclusives, right? What's that game where you go stab the big monsters?
God of War?
No,
I think he's talking about Token. Token or the other one.
No, he's talking about those
kid with the horns.
Yeah, the Shadow Colossus.
Oh,
yeah, Shadow Colossus, right? You had a remaster on the PS3, right, originally, and then you had a remake on the PS4. So I mean,
yeah, it was still Shadow of the Colossus.
But they looked almost exactly the same. It was just that the colors and everything about the atmosphere was fucked up in the remake.
All right. But still, Zobi, what are your thoughts on it?
Anybody else hyped for Nico? You hyped for the Resident Evil 2 remake? Did you watch the trailer?
I watched the trailer. I'm not hyped for it, but it looks okay. You know, I wasn't really into that back in the day, so
I think
I'll let it be known I'm not a Resident Evil fan, by the way. So just in general, I'm not a Resident Evil fan.
But Blandrew says, stole the words right out of my mouth. It's just not Resident Evil, especially not a Resident Evil 2 remake. What it looks like, what I keep looking at, it looks like Resident Evil 7, but they slapped a character in front of there because they want to sell alternate costumes to you, which is even crazier. And that's a fact. They really want to sell you alternate costumes. And I didn't, I'm pretty sure Resident Evil 7 was an amazing game, but I guess, like Blanche, you already said, it's just not Resident Evil. The thing that bothered me the most about this thing was, now, yes, when you go to the police station, the action kicks up, but it doesn't kick off like that. First of all, is extremely super dark. They're trying to build the jump scare for millennials, and I hate that bull crap. You didn't need to do jump scares in Resident Evil, even though they had them. But the thing that really got you the most was the atmosphere that Blandrew said. What'd you say, Blandrew? The atmosphere did what?
The atmosphere.
The atmosphere was what? What you said the other day was hilarious.
I don't remember what I said.
The atmosphere was so thick you were choking on it.
Oh yeah.
Like they were able to build you in the atmosphere, and I feel like just making it dark is not atmosphere. Another thing that bothered me was he was pulling this guy out of some type of door that came down, and the zombies were eating his leg. Blood was gushing out everywhere, and it reminded me of Resident Evil 7. That really bothers me is that in the first 5 minutes of the game, there's some type of demon girl jumping on you. She cuts off your arm. Blood is squirting in everywhere. And I'm like, what the hell is this? I mean, it was a billion things going on in one cutscene that is not Resident Evil. There is a build-up to all this. Not just throwing all this crazy shit at you, and you're going, what? I know it's cool to 99.9% of the people, but for those of us, it used to be Alpha Mega Sin, so you can't just hear it come from me. He breaks it down as well, but he sold out as well. It was Resident Evil to me. It wasn't that good. It was the 10 controls and blah blah blah.
Nostalgia.
But, yeah, it's nostalgia. But I'm trying to tell you, it was something really special. And if you want to see a real goddamn remake, that Resident Evil 1 remake on the GameCube, there you go. So yeah, I have a list of problems with the game, but that to me the most is what bothered me. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be a great Resident Evil game.
Any other thoughts on Resident Evil?
I want to add. It do look dark though from the trailer. It did look dark.
Yeah, it was real dark, and you can't control the flashlight from what.
Yeah. One did like one flashlight beam or something.
It was like a little tiny flashlight, so they're trying to build it on jumps. Zombies jumping out.
Yeah.
In Resident Evil 2, the place was about as bright as light. You know what I mean? It was like you were still spooked out.
Yeah, that's genuinely horror. Like if you're putting your character into a dark setting, that's just a cheap tactic. Because when you go outside of your room at night and you're just naturally on edge because you can't see anything.
Yeah.
So anything you see is gonna seem scary when it's really not. It's dumb.
I think that's the new wave.
That's a product of most horror games now. Is they base all of their scares off of jump scares instead of creating tension or building tension in their games.
Yeah. I can agree with Ghost because my sister watched some of them scary games, and I like turn that off. But yeah, I watched some of it with her, and it was like all dark. I'm like, why is it so dark? I'm like, I can't see nothing. And I was like, I'll pass.
Stupid. What did they call them? These paranormal things where they got the camera and it's first person and it's real dark. You know what I mean? It's millennial garbage.
Oh, and it's like it has the green flare, like the green lens on it and stuff.
Yeah. It's like Paranormal Activity,
found footage type of films and shit.
Yeah, found footage. Yeah, it was. It's getting out of control. But and the thing that made me mad was the Capcom guy was bullying people that were like me. About we're not. Listen, we have to change things. Just get over it. And I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, not that I have a lot of trust in Capcom, but I will say this, Obi. I think if you play through more of Resident Evil 7, I think you'll like it.
Okay. And it's the inventory system. It's not like how it was classically. I don't know why they have a problem with that inventory system, but they got rid of that and gave it the Resident Evil 7. It's basically the template of Resident Evil.
No, the inventory 7, Resident Evil 7's inventory system is basically the same. But you can Tetris stuff within the squares, but it's pretty much the same.
Oh, okay. My bad. I played the the demo or something, and yeah.
Okay. And the following day, the last announcement we had Nintendo, Diamond X Machina, Super Mario Party, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 DLC, Project Octopath Traveler. I don't know. I still put the project when I say that game. Fire Emblem, the Three Houses, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate again. What do you guys think about that conference? I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was pretty weak. There was a lot of missing in action games like Bayonetta, Yoshi, Shin Megami Tensei 5, Dragon Quest 11, just stuff that we know about. Metroid Prime, Travis Strikes Back.
I'll tell you what I told you the other day, Blind Drew. At least the games at this conference are mostly games that are coming out this year, and anything else coming out later, we have at least like a year for. Like at least with Fire Emblem, we know from that trailer it's going to be coming out like 2019, but everything else was like this year. So
yes,
that's good.
It's like a double-edged sword. Like I said, 3 out of the 4 games Sony showed we don't even have release years on them, but we at least have a roadmap where we're going to be playing with Nintendo in the coming months.
And I think because there's another Nintendo Direct coming up, right?
It's usually like every other month or something.
Yeah, something like that. So like I'm thinking like at another Nintendo Direct or E3 or press conference or whatever. Since they left off with Metroid, with an announcement for Ridley and Smash, that we're probably going to have something to do with Metroid at the beginning of the next press conference or whatever it is.
Yeah, they said they didn't show Metroid because they don't think it's fair to tease the people when it's not even close to being done, which I think is fair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they said about Animal Crossing, they want to say, all right, here's the game, here's what it's about, here's when it's coming. That's it. Yeah. That's what they said their approach is.
And that's another
wants to give you the facts. Like, he doesn't want to just bullshit you.
That's another thing, like with the Yoshi thing, like they pushed that back. I'm glad that it feels more, it doesn't feel like they're delaying things because they're not just ready. It feels like they're delaying things because they want to pace themselves. Because, I mean, as far as like releases. You got Mario Tennis, you got Octopath Traveler, you got Smash Brothers, you got a lot of things coming out within. Yeah, a lot of things coming in the space of the next couple of months. We don't have much time left in the year.
Well, they spend too much time on Smash. I know it's going
Definitely.
to be the quintessential Smash, but you know they spend too much time on it.
Yeah,
so that's going to be the
way
word of the
too long.
podcast. But yeah, to me personally, like I was tricked because Sony's conference was so bad. I was really happy with Nintendo's after immediately after, but like after it kind of sunk in, the hype beast wore down. There wasn't. It was decent. I mean, I guess the presentation was at least nice. It flowed well. There wasn't any breaks where three old people talked at a counter, like Sony's and
pure games.
Yeah. So, but what is what it is.
All right, what'd you think about it, Hero?
Yeah, it was just okay at best. The main problem was that there was a lack of games there. Well, a lack of games I cared about. And then the Smash was like 30 minutes. And the thing is, they could have easily cut that down because, for a new Smash announcement, all you had to show was the new characters. Then they were going in depth on mechanics and all this shit. Like, they could have saved that for the Treehouse. So that was like the big thing. And with Smash, I guess we already know what to expect. So, like, it really wasn't a big deal like that. But the best game they showed there was Daemon X Machina to me. So I'm at least hyped for that.
That game was cool, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so what did you think about Nintendo's conference, Zobi?
Listen, Nintendo, I love Nintendo. They're the kings of gaming. I'm always gonna love Nintendo. If Nintendo was to do some decisions earlier with the N64, they could have got all those RPGs from Square Enix. So I'd have been loving Nintendo except for PlayStation. I think Nintendo has the best games. They have the best audience, the best fans. I think Nintendo's great, but I thought that conference was the worst out of everybody's conference. It was an embarrassment.
Worse than Sony?
Yes, worse than Sony's.
I was saying, slow down on the best fans. Have you seen the Smash community?
Yeah, they're pretty toxic, man. They've been being.
I don't know if Smash fans are Nintendo fans. People that were asking for Smash are like the FGC, people that are heavy into the FGC, people who are heavy into furries, people that are furry. If you go back to the timelines, there were Sony fanboys. Like, I don't think those are Nintendo fans, respectfully.
The only game they play is Smash. That's it.
At least I can say, for the reason I say Sony's was better is because at least I can say I can remember it. All I remember was Daemon X Machina. And I remember 30 minutes of Smash Brothers, a game that I hate. I got to keep it real. I hate Smash Brothers. I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's really, really fucking weird. I respect the Gambino. He was hyped for an alternate color of Star Fox. I don't know who these characters are.
That's not an alternate color.
So I'm like, I'm coming at it as a female who's watching a sports game going, oh, that was a touchdown, and it was just basketball. You know what I'm saying? So was this an alternate color of Star Fox? And I said, we're hyped for that.
It's
when
the
he
villain.
says alternate color of Star Fox, does he mean Wolf?
Yeah, he's saying that.
You said what?
Wolf is the villain of Star Fox.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. I
Yeah. You're about to piss Ghost off. Yeah.
I don't care, but I knew as soon as he said that shit was funny.
No, wait, Zobi, I hear Shadow's going to be a trophy. You're not hyped for that? Because I don't even know what that means, really, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't know what it means. I thought it was the PlayStation trophies, but it's not. Me personally, I just do not understand Smash Brothers, but I'm not trying to take it away from you guys. I'm just giving you my personal experience. You know what I mean? I thought when the Metroid character was announced, I said, "Who cares?" Like I didn't think that was a big deal. No. According to the community, that was a big deal. Go ahead, Gabino.
No, I don't like Ridley either. I don't know why anybody would want him in the game.
Yeah, it's going crazy over him.
Yeah.
He looks horrible.
Namco Bandai's lying, saying this is a game that was built up from the ground up. No, it's not. You can look at it.
Yeah, they lied too. I said the same thing. I'm like, it looked the same to me, man.
Nah,
it look more shiny.
It
look more shiny, bro. That's all it do. It just look more shiny.
It's like it's built. The graphics are built for the Switch now, but I didn't see anything different at all.
Well, they reused all the models and stages and everything. It's just an updated version, pretty much. It technically is a new game because it has new mechanics, but whatever.
Only thing I give them props for is them saying this will be the last. This is the last one they're going to work on, and I agree. This is too much. How many times can you just keep putting the same game out to cater to the FGC community? It should be about gaming, and I'm proud of them for that. But I can't remember anything else. But the first game, oh my god! And I remember when I was so hyped. I was like, you know what I mean? I was triggered, like, and then I thought it was Xenoblade Chronicles X. Because you know what I mean? And all of a sudden, the Xenoblade character started running out. And I was like, oh, man. And I wasn't the only one. I know deep down in your soul, everybody was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The X, but I'm glad about knowing what the DLC is. And the prequel would be cool.
You said what?
I said the prequel for Xenoblade 2 would be cool, but I thought it was X too.
Yeah, I was hyped for that. But no, well, don't forget too, they announced new Splatoon amiibos, guys.
like I said, Guy Gamer, it was the worst. Let's keep it real. It was. I mean, yes, they showed us games, but they were sequels, and they were games that we already know were coming. You know, there was big surprises, and I'm not taking. Like I said, I already said Nintendo's the best or the greatest. I'm not taking anything away from them. They're going to have another conference, but I'm just judging it off of that E3, and it was very underwhelming. Very underwhelming.
About Fire Emblem.
Oh my God, that's bad.
No, I want you to go in.
I forgot about Fire Emblem that day, and I forgot about it just now. Now, if you want to see something that's really disappointing, was that Fire Emblem. That should let you know. That should let you know that franchise is dead. It's gone.
I don't think we know enough about the game.
Was it always like that? Like turning 3D? Like when it turned like the match turn or something?
Awakening,
yeah, it was.
Awakening was the beginning of the end. And
for sure.
There's nothing special about Fire Emblem anymore. I remember there were a type of games that they would put out once every 10 years. Am I right about that?
Well,
I think
for consoles, it was always a huge gap, but it was pretty.
There was one per generation, I think, something like that.
Yeah, because the two on the one on GameCube and the one on Wii, which are like sequels, they were like a decade apart.
They also had Advance Wars around at the time, so they had that going too.
Well, it's also because of the localization. Like, it wasn't really that popular over here until like Melee came over. That's when people figured out he was even a thing. So
yeah. So you know that was special about it. But now, since we had Fire Emblem Awakening, we had Fire Emblem Conquest, and we had another version of it, and then we had more DLC on top of that, and then another DLC came, and then we had Echoes, and then we had the Dynasty Warriors game that came out, and now we have this that looks, when it went into combat mode, it's supposed to look better, but it looked worse. There was Dynasty Warrior looking characters in the background. Respectfully, that's it. I think it's a wrap.
I do think the character designs are pretty bland, even though we only saw 3 of them. But
yeah, there was a character with blue hair just running. I don't know where he was going, but he was just running across. I was like, where is he going? You know what I mean? Does he have somewhere to go? And you know, I say this very respectfully. Fire Emblem, I became a huge fan at Awakening, but I just noticed the quality started deteriorating in less than 10 years.
Yeah, I haven't played the last 2. Because I didn't want to buy or play through 3 different versions to get the full game. But one thing Fire Emblem's always done, it's always done a very good job, like in the first chapter, sort of getting you emotionally attached or hooked, where you're like, okay, I'm going to get that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like the one on GameCube, you watch your father get murdered right in front of you by this Black Knight, and then you're going after him for like 2 games.
Path of Radiance.
Why does he got to be black?
It's just that's his armor, man. And so you basically you attack him later, and you know, spoiler alert, you end up using your father's axe to defeat him or whatever. But So and then you remember Awakening, right? You watch your sister jump off a cliff to kill herself, to save the country or whatever. But
it was cool because it was dealing with time travel, and I thought the mating system was very cool. And go into battle and your character standing next to you, they will work together. With this game, I think they're removing that.
Donald for the win, man. Anybody here boost up Donald?
Yeah, Donnie.
Yeah.
They've also casualized it. Now they have these arrows telling you who's gonna attack you if you go in these certain areas. Before, you were blind, so you had to make your own judgment to where to go.
Where did you see that? That was in the trailer.
You didn't see those giant laser beam arrows pointing to the enemy? Go back and watch the trailer. You will see a giant laser beam coming from your head all the way to the enemy, and you will see by the judge of the color of the laser beam if he was going to attack you or not next. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have to look at that. Yeah, I didn't see that either.
I'm I kept a close eye on that. But I also watched the breakdown video.
Yeah. But going back to what Guy Gamer said about the story, like I think Fates was the worst at that, like grabbing you from the first chapter type of thing. I think that was because it was so focused on the waifu bullshit characters and like all that other shit. So with this game, it seems like they're kind of toning that back. So maybe the story will be more on that level of the Path of Radiance Awakening, the previous games.
Yeah,
they did a breakdown of the story. It's a mother goddess type thing. There was about 5 or 6 different females. Even the main character looked like a female.
But yeah, I mean, that's all speculation, though. That's got to be all speculation because they didn't.
It was in the trailer.
Yeah, I saw the angel mom, but we don't know details of the story yet.
Okay.
Isn't there kind of like a mother goddess type character in Awakening though?
But yeah, she jumps off a cliff.
Yeah.
So if they follow the formula, the mother goddess is gonna get butchered, and then Sasuke will get angry.
Yo, that scene was funny.
Not only that, the girl coming from the future wasn't a mother goddess. She wasn't better than her father.
No, I wasn't even talking about her. I was talking about I think it was Crom's sister.
All right, so Ghost, since you're talking, what did you think about the overall E3?
I thought it was great. It wasn't perfect, but like the more I think about it, it was like the release is coming out. I'm gonna be satisfied with what comes out. I'm probably gonna spend a long time with most of the games that I'm gonna buy anyway, so I'm not really trying to rush releases or whatever. And I think that Nintendo will, they'll eventually like come out with more stuff towards the end of the year. Like, we're gonna see more stuff about Smash Brothers, obviously, but I'm expecting other things to get announced, or more details to come up about other games as well. So I'm interested to see what'll happen with that. But as a conference overall, I thought it was okay.
Okay, what about you, Nico?
It was kind of on the bad side for me, just because they showed Smash so much, and Daemon X Machina looks decent. I like robots. It reminds me of Gundam. But yeah, I want to say it's kind of tied with Microsoft, but Microsoft had the best presentation. So Sony was the worst still in my eyes.
The Deus Ex Machina thing looks kind of like some Zone of the Enders type shit to me.
Nah, that's more Armored Core.
Armored Core, baby.
When Nintendo it was okay, I guess. Okay.
All right, and what about you, Hero?
No, I already gave my thoughts.
Okay, Gamer, did I ask you?
Well, just overall or Nintendo?
Yeah, just overall for Nintendo.
Well, overall, like it seemed like, this might be a good thing, but it seemed like the hype, and this might be because we're getting ready to transition into a new generation, right? But they seem to not build as much hype for all these games this time. It was just sort of like very cookie cutter, I felt, like the whole E3. And I do think Microsoft won, although Phil Spencer looks so uncomfortable being Phil Spencer. I think we talked about that a little bit during the stream.
Like, he just looks jacket.
Yeah, it looks like his torso's on backwards, where like his chest is his back, and like he's just struggling with his arms placement or something. And it made me uncomfortable kind of seeing him talk. But other than that, I thought the conference was good and all that. But yeah, it was just very low key to me. But maybe I'm just getting old.
I didn't finish writing on Nintendo, man. I got one more thing to say.
No, go ahead.
Blanche, is that okay with you?
Yeah, it's good.
How did the stocks dip?
I love that was a talking point.
The stocks, okay.
The stocks fall 7%, right? Then Sony stock fell too, right?
Well, it fell because of Fortnite. But how did the stocks dip when they showed Pokemon? They showed Smash Brothers. They showed Fire Emblem.
Ooh.
How? What happened? Am I? What is going on? You know what I mean?
It's probably because people were expecting to see a lot more out of Nintendo's E3. I said, there was a lot of missing in action games there. I don't know what was going on.
Yeah, the biggest disappointment for me, sorry, I don't want to cut in, but I would want to say we didn't hear any more details about, I'm jaded about the virtual console being gone, but we didn't hear any more details about when the online's coming exactly, like what's going on with that. And because I want to be able to play some of the older games on the Switch on the go, right? It'd be nice. And I was actually hoping for a Skyward Sword port, but is what it is.
Well, they kind of said all they needed to say on that for now.
No, on the online? No, they didn't, man. They ain't saying nothing.
They told us it was coming out in like fall. They gave us the classic games thing.
NES? Yeah. I mean, they could have told some more info on like what's coming or like the virtual console. Could they shut it down or whatever?
That's last priority, though. They're going to tell us that after it comes out.
Guy Gamer, didn't you say you bought that shitty Punch-Out port or something on there for like $8? It was like too expensive or something?
Yeah, they're selling old arcade versions, right? Donkey Kong's on there now. It's the direct arcade version for $8. It's a complete ripoff.
Oh, okay, it's Donkey Kong.
The lack of 3DS games, was that a problem? Was that the reason why?
No, they said when, going into E3 that it was going to be Switch only and stocks were fine.
Yeah.
Well, I noticed after E3, Reggie came out and said he had the damage girl say we have 3DS games coming. You know what I mean? Like, why did he? That was the first thing he said out of everything was 3DS games are coming. We just wanted to dedicate it to the Switch. That's why I think 3DS is to here on YouTube we think 3DS is irrelevant, but it is a cash cow. It makes a lot of money. It's the #1 selling out of all the consoles, and I think lack of 3DS is probably the reason why.
Yeah, my big thing with the stock talk is when the hell do these businessmen / investors know what the fuck sells in the gaming market, right? Because everybody counted the Switch out right away, right? Nobody thought it was going to be anything big. And here it is. It's like the new Wii, but it's actually good. So.
Yeah, I know.
I gotta agree. If I had some stock in it and I saw that, because I don't think stock is. The reason you won't see Sony stock is because is Sony stock still credible? They've been losing trillions upon trillions of dollars over the past 10 years. So I don't think anybody cares. But Nintendo people are looking to make some money. And you saw that E3, you're going to be like, hold on, wait a minute now. I'm about to pull my stock out. But that's why Reggie had to come out and say, we got 3DS coming. We have more games coming. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean?
All right. So, Zobi, you still have time or?
Yeah, take off. I'm sorry, guys.
All right. Yep. Well, we actually only really got to like 1 or 2 topics, but yeah, that was.
Keep going, or I could dip off, or.
No, we have enough for next week too.
Yeah. Before Zobi goes,
I think.
Before Zobi goes, are you guys going to have like a? There's been some trash talk going back and forth. And everybody's hyping up Smash. Where the Street Fighter tournament's going to be, guys?
Yeah, I'm wondering where everybody's
I'm still here.
What happened
here?
Night fights, man.
Hey, Zobi's been calling
I was
you guys
playing
out.
yesterday,
dude. We were talking about this the other day, and I'm like, I'm getting online, and I'm not seeing anybody on there. Like, I can't get matches with anybody, so I just haven't.
All you guys are babbling. All you got to do is say, "Zobi, let's get it going," and it's going to be good. It's going to get done. You know what I mean?
So what night would you guys call each other out and get some of this 8-point community involved potentially? What night?
Friday Night Fights.
Doesn't matter. Friday Night Fights. I was here for Friday. I watched the Discord. I didn't. Hero. He's head of the FGC. He watches all the E3 videos.
Oh my god.
LG Gambino, another guy. He was very good at Dragon Ball Fighters, but terrible at Street Fighter.
Let's go. Let's go Friday.
Man.
I beat Ghost's ass so bad.
Oh shit.
He left the lobby and started fighting everybody else in the other lobby. I said, "Oh my god!"
And I kicked their ass.
100 hours wasted.
And I wait, that's when you kicked their ass.
So what?
You and Blandrew for like 20, 30 minutes straight. God.
Me?
No. When I went
Oh.
over to fucking Hero and Blandrew's lobby,
Oh, okay,
and Blandrew
alright.
pulled out a Birdie or whatever the hell because he didn't know how to play Street Fighter Alpha 3.
I told you I don't play
But I
Alpha
was
3.
figuring you out, Ghost. Keep it real. I figured you out.
As did anime fans Dan Hibiki.
Not me. I swear, it's not me. I love Street Fighter. I'm here. I'll play it right now if y'all want to go.
Nico
Let's
lost. Nico lost to Anime Fans Day.
Oh my god, it's like 4 in the morning.
Wasn't it lag?
Oh man.
It was laggy.
So Ghost is ranked 28th on the Switch, and look, he's just looking for some competitors, man. You know.
Yeah, get online.
Yeah. I'll play this Friday if everybody's ready. Then.
Yeah, sure.
Going down. I'm off tomorrow night. I don't know if you guys want to do a stream tomorrow night. I'm off tomorrow night though.
Oh yeah,
I was gonna
I'm off too, so yeah, I'm
I was
down.
gonna
Yeah.
stream stuff tomorrow night, but if y'all want to play Street
One
Fighter,
night only. What do you say, Ghost?
I was gonna stream some different stuff probably tomorrow night. But if y'all want to play Street Fighter, I'll go ahead and play.
It's cool. Go ahead and stream your Sonic Unleashed. You know. Go ahead. You know,
I mean, are you going to stream drawing? Because you can't that public access internet. I don't know if you can stream gaming, can you?
I should be able to. I streamed Capcom vs SNK. It's just online matches. Like I have trouble doing that at the same time.
all right, dude. We'll be back next week. Go ahead, Blandy. Get us out of here.
Yep, we'll be back next week, guys. Podcast will now take place on Tuesday at 9 p.m. EST. So that's just a new date. I have stuff to do in the personal life, so I can't really make it. But yeah, Save Point Podcast episode 6. It was a good one. Thanks for coming through, guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
Peace.